a lot of people say, you know, don't focus on the negative. Don't even think about it. I was told that I basically hyper focused on the negative when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. I focused on the negative. And I'm like, look, I'm just being real. And there's people out here that do videos and whatnot, and others tell them that they're focusing on the negative way too much. There's social media giants, and there's, well, social media minors that people say, look, you just focus on the negative, and, you know, man, do something decent, you know, do something happy, you know, report on something fun or something. And I mean, honestly, if you focus on the negative, then that means they have to talk about the negative. And if they have to talk about the negative and they can't escape the negative, then maybe they can do something about the negative. That's why there's so much talk against, yet about Trump. As much as I don't like it, at the same time, Trump, he has to be talked about. What he does, what he says, that's absolutely stupid. I mean, when you literally say we are no longer going to be a part of helping the climate stay stable, if not revert to something that's extremely viable for us, then you've already shown you're a monster. When you talk about separating one country from another based on nothing, you're a monster. That's, I mean, oh, we don't want anyone from Mexico coming up here. When, I mean, you got New Mexico, Tejas, California. I mean, come on. Those are basically Mexican territory. It used to be. Now it's not. I wonder why. I wonder who took it. I think the ones that took it are the same ones that's afraid of white genocide. You know, that thing that can't possibly happen. And, I mean, no, literally, it can't happen. It just cannot happen. They're worried about these things. They've gone and had their white racist protests. Now, look, just hear this out, y'all. You want me to stop focusing on the negative? Then I'm going to say this. Hear this immediately. This is what has happened. White nationalists or Trump supporters, same thing to me, they're the ones that went to Charlottesville and drove over Heather Heyer. Okay? Heather Heyer. Drove over her. Killed her. She's dead. They've recently shot up a synagogue, killing people, elderly people. It don't even matter elder or newborn or whatnot. They're people. They're here. And they were shot. They were murdered. It was a massacre. That's what it was. I mean, they go to these protests with their Nazi. I mean, we used to hate the Nazis. What happened? Oh, that's right. Trump likes Putin. So now the racists like Trump. They like Nazis. I mean, might I add, you know, it just don't make sense because the Nazis were the ones that actually invaded Russia. So it's kind of a stupid ass symbolism anyway. The Nazis invaded Russia and took that over, and it's, oh man, you know, it's crazy. And people are wondering why we focus on the negative. You don't want the negative, then stop the negativity. It's that simple. If you don't want us to talk and focus about the negative, then stop the negativity. Stop it. You don't. If you're out there and you're saying that if anything of yours is anti-Jewish faith or anti-Semitic in general, if it's for segregation or against any minority, then that's negative. If it's classism, oh well, they're white and I don't like them because they're from the other side of the track, you know. So that's negative. Stop the negative. Stop the segregation. Stop the racism. Oh, these people don't have as much money as me, so they suck because they're lazy. And the reason they're lazy is because they don't have as much money as I do. So that means they're lazy. That's negative. Stop the negativity. If you don't want us to focus on it, then stop being it. Stop supporting it. And you know what? Find solutions. There's lots of solutions. They're just scary. They are seriously scary. They're deadly. And people don't want to go there. It's horrific to think about the actual solutions to all of this. I'm serious. So, look, I'll talk about the negative. I'm going to do more negative stuff. I'm going to talk about things that are scary. I'm going to talk about those things because they aren't fixed. If they aren't fixed, then I can't. If they get fixed, then I cannot talk about them. That's simple. If there's no negativity, you can't focus on the negative. And if somebody says, wow, there's a lot of good going on, how can I screw this up? Personally, put a bullet in their head. If everything is going good and they want to screw it up, Put a bullet in their head. Hey, it's a peaceful protest. Everyone is just out there quiet with their pickets. They're saying, hey, no racism, no this. And then somebody wants to show up toting an AR-15 to threaten or kill them. Have a sniper put a bullet in their head and be like, there you go, threat gone. And I know that opens a can of worms for everything else. I know that. I get that. I hear that. But you know what? That's the problem. That's what they want. I'll cover that in a separate audio upload. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.